Podcast sponsored by the Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Boot Krewe Media, located at 918 Porter Street by the Superdome. Give them a call at 504-523-5413 if you or someone you know has been involved in an accident. Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Boot Krewe Media. Probably one of the worst losses in the last couple of years. Chaz, Lido 5. I'll just start with the last 15 seconds of the game. It's allegedly it's tied up. Brandon shoots probably 15-footer, clinks off the back iron, and Herb Jones comes flying from the right wing, snags the rebound, takes about a dribble, passes back out to half court to Brandon. Coach Green has the perfect opportunity here. The shot clock resets to 14. There's 16 seconds left. You have the perfect opportunity to call a timeout, call your best set, get your right guys on the court, and you don't, and that's okay. So then we get in another, I think, floppy action, whatever. Brandon pulls up from 15, misses again. Houston then takes a timeout. During the timeout, they put the corner three. I forget who hit it. Was it Green? I don't know. Yeah. Whoever. Green hits the allegedly corner three. It was actually a 2. So the Pelicans were up 1. So if you do take that timeout with 15 seconds left, I know we're hindsight's 2020, whatever. But if you do take that timeout, because normal coaches would take that timeout. If you do take that timeout, that play is then reviewed. Now you're up 1 with the ball and 14 seconds left in the shot clock. So then they're going to have to get into a fouling game. And then also, if they don't get into a fouling game, you drop your best set to score. And they didn't. And they then went down. Jabari Smith, yes, I saw your tweet, Lido. Just nutted one right in our eye, and we lost. You know what? That's all I gotta say. So one of y'all can take the. One of y'all can take it.
So I want to follow up, right?
Yo, that was a disappointing loss. That might be the worst loss of the season. If the Lakers game was the derailing loss, this was the crash after. This is the Chernobyl, right? This is an atomic bomb. Like, this is the worst thing I've seen. For Jonas to have 20 and 10 by the end of the third, and I don't think he gets a touch in the fourth. The rhythm was thrown off by one man and one man only. Stop having meetings. Whatever said in these meetings is total BS, because none of it translates to the game. None of it. So I don't get this team. It's inconsistent. The only consistent thing about this team is that it's inconsistent. What else are we gonna say?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm gonna go right to you, Lido, because they made it a point tonight to feed JV, and JV was absolutely dominating. Even when he wasn't shooting, he was passing well. He was making the right decisions. People were cutting off of him. And then in the fourth quarter, you just totally go away from him. And that's CJ McCollum's fault too, because Brandon was making the right plays as well. CJ was missing wide open shots. But Lido, it was a dominant game from JV.
I mean, listen. I'm not even about that. I have no. There's no like room in this game to boast about like JV's performance, just simply because they wasted it. And the thing is, you see people saying, this team is losing because of JV, the losses on JV. Like, the thing is, like, if it's crazy to see what confidence does to a player when he feels involved. It's crazy to see what his production does for the overall sake of the team. Like, you literally saw open shots created from his gravitation. Like, he was seeing doubles, so many open shots. He had 2 feet outside of the paint. Najee was open to cut for layups. Like, he got fouled on a layup attempt. Like, it's just the natural energy coming off. JV's a smart guy at that. Like, he sees the doubles. He's a willing passer. Like, how you have that man out there just not being involved, and then how you have him having a dominant game, and then in the fourth he just don't see the ball again.
One shot, one attempted shot.
So look, and listen, Justin, that, to me, The game wasn't lost right now on that final possession or those final possessions. It was lost right there in the fourth. When you totally went away from the game plan, it was lost right there. Like I tweeted this earlier, a leopard can't change his spots. You had a meeting about accountability, but the thing is, like, where was that in the game plan? Where was that tonight? Where was that on the floor? We saw no accountability. And the thing is, it's the veteran guy. It's CJ. Listen, the thing is for me, like, a coach shouldn't have to tell you that's our advantage. Get this guy involved. Like, you're supposed to be the cerebral guy. You're supposed to be the president of the Players Association. You've been in the NBA too long to not see, like, like, it's not, feed the hot hand. It's not for you right now. It's not for you.
I mean, Chaz, I don't. Go ahead,
well, you know, I think look, life is short.
I wish we had a drum roll.
So you might as well just say what's on your mind. You know, I think it was one of the last shows where I was like, man, Willie Green is the worst coach in the NBA by far. The only one you could argue with Silas, and I said at least he has an excuse because he has a young team. Willie Green sucks. Brandon Ingram sucks. CJ McCollum sucks at this point in his career. And Trajan Langdon sucks because he drafted Dyson Daniel, who sucks. Jax doesn't get any minutes tonight, even though Larry was out there not playing well. He's clearly not 100%, but still 2 games in a row. Jackson doesn't get any minutes. Shitty coaching. Kyra Lewis can't get on the floor. And, I mean, the team, you know, honestly, the Pelicans probably have, you know, some people would say Ben Simmons has the worst contract in the NBA. And I don't know if I agree, because if the result gonna end up being the same, I don't enjoy watching Brandon play basketball. I don't enjoy watching CJ play basketball. I probably enjoy watching CJ more than Brandon, but they both always lose. So who gives a shit? They suck. They suck.
I got to interject in there. Brandon, hold
suck.
up. I mean, I think you're judging Brandon off his last 2 shot
I'm judging him off his last 7 years. Brandon said when they first hired Willie Green, Brandon said, you know, wow, I have so many different coaches. You would think the problem was me. You're right, brother. Yes, that's the only self-realization Brandon has had these 7 years. You just not that good. CJ, brother, you're older now. You just ain't got it, brother. You're not that person. You're Dame's homie. That's who you are. You Dame homie. And if I'm JV, I'm sitting down the rest of the season. What's the point?
Chaz, let me get 5 in here. Presenting by Comfy Burger, look at 4600 for Red Street. Jared, they both Chaz and Lito have talked about it. Who do you blame most for not getting JV involved in the fourth? And I think me will have the same answer. I think we will, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts.
It's more CJ. It's CJ, because the fact that Brandon had to bring the ball up in the fourth, that's just really a problem to CJ. Like, why does Brandon Ingram have to bring the ball up? Why does Herb Jones even have to bring the ball up? Like, Herb was bringing the ball up at the beginning of the game. Why is that? Why? Because the person you were supposed to be, you're not it. You're a 6-man, man. At this point in your career, you're just a 6-man, and that's okay, right? Because you're almost like a la Jamal Crawford. You're to the point where you will shoot people in games. You will completely shoot teams out of games. And I love Jamal Crawford. I really do. You're just in that stage of your career at this point. And I think you would thrive in that position. But, man, not knowing who or where your advantage is on the basketball floor as the starting point guard, 11-year veteran at this point? Like, come on now. Like, that's an issue. That's an issue. So,
problem is he's not a point guard. That's the problem. He's not a point guard.
But you know, Justin, to be fair, he wasn't asked to play point guard in Portland those last
No, he's out of
years.
position. But
hold on.
I just texted you this today. I said we need to go get a real point guard in the offseason. DeJounte Murray, those type of guys, and we got crushed for it.
Right. Yeah, people dumb. That's why. But the thing with CJ is, it's like he's out of position, but there's also, if you're a person who like follows people who cover Portland, this is who CJ is. It's who he's been the last few years. I watched Portland a lot last year. like when he came back for, I think he had some type of abdominal injury or something, and CJ was shitty. That's why a lot of us didn't want CJ. A lot of us wanted De'Aaron Fox. But it is what it is. You know, it's spilled milk at this point.
Lita's season over? No, seriously, this is the season over.
Woo, that was a bad loss.
Because after a tough practice, right, a really tough practice on Wednesday, good pep talk, really got after it. You know, we had a prolonged practice, really got after it, and then you come in Houston and shit the bed. You shit the bed. Oh, and some of the things we're hearing that, woo-wee. Lito, go ahead.
You muted,
Lito,
Lito.
you're on mute.
I'm sorry. But no, I could have really stayed on mute because, like, what do you want me to say? Like, I could have stayed on, yo, man, you know what? This team full of shit. That's what it is. This team is full of shit, man. You talk all this accountability buddies, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you having these meetings, y'all holding hands, having seances, like, and you come out and you like play like shit, bro. The Rockets went on a 22-0 run. They went on a 22-0 run. Yo,
wait, hold on. This is like the second game, right? Second game in a row that a team went on like a elongated run.
Yeah, you come off a Lakers game and you play that Lakers game and you play like that.
No, you good. I mean, yeah, is the season over? Yeah, shit, yeah. Yeah, the season is over. Yo, the season was over. The season was over 70 games ago when we went into a game plan. We went into games not having a game plan. Isolation basketball has killed this team. Really, like ISO ball is the detriment. That's the downfall of this team. You can tell me whatever you want about Zion not playing. There's other ways to win basketball games. You know what I'm saying? Like this you make it, I make it. Fuck it. It's on Brandon. CJ, it's your goal. Like, yo, like that ain't getting it done. Like, to me, there's nobody. The accountability is a lie, because if you looking at that and you go into a meeting and you come back out and you do that. Like,
ain't nobody accountable. I mean, this whole notion that the team, the camaraderie and all that, like, bro, that don't get you wins. Like, you can't out effort people. Like, you know why the season's a lost season? Because the thought that this team was gonna be a second round and above team, right? We're gonna go further in the playoff. Like, that's not happening. Like, you got to go through the play-in, possibly. You got to get to the play-in, right? Then you got to go through that, then to get to the first round and upset a team that's been playing probably better than you. Like, that's not happening. That's not realistic. You know, if this was 3 years ago, we wouldn't even be referring to the playoffs at this point. We wouldn't even be referencing the playoffs at this point. We're lucky that the play-in even exists. This is a problem.
Real, because, yo, like, I remember I was looking for this clip earlier. I couldn't find it just because I got busy. But like, opening season remarks on his team, we had that conversation and we were talking about, like, you know, what we could do, and you know, Justin Nash was trying to put us in the finals. And we was telling Justin, slow down. I told him, I said, this team 48 wins is what I see, and that was healthy. And people were telling us, like, yo, you selling this team short. Like, bro, we won 36 games last year. Who did you think we were? We were not who you know who we are? The Pelicans are Purdue. That's who the Pelicans are. They was fraud. We was frauding. Like, I don't get, you can tell me whatever you want about whoever out. I understand that. I understand, you know, the minutes don't allocate. Bro, you got Kyra sitting on Dyson. No, I don't need to see Dyson Daniels again the rest of this season. The rest of 2023 basketball, I don't need to see Dyson, bro. Bro, give Kyra minutes. Like, let Kyra figure it out. I know what you're gonna tell me about defense and Dyson. Dyson is scared of the rim. Justin, what I told you at the game. Ask it on a date. Take the rim on the date. Ask it out. It's a goer. She goes with everybody. I promise you, she won't tell you no. He is scared to look at it.
I'll say this as far as that question, Justin, as far as the season being over. The season was kind of over when Zion tore his hamstring. The reason it was over was because you couldn't learn shit from nothing else really mattered. You would never know how these guys played together. And to be honest, the most success they had that season, they weren't together. You know, all the success happened missing Brandon. And some games even missing CJ. So I think, truthfully, the season ended today, which I'm all sure we kind of wish it would. Ended today. I think you know everything you need to know about this team as far as, like, you know, Brandon and CJ don't matter. You know that if you had Zion, which is a huge if, that's all you need. You know the other two guys are stealing money. That being the case, you know Dyson Daniels is trash. He's one of the worst, and I'm going to keep saying it, he's one of the worst draft picks in recent history. I'm talking about any team.
You're being crazy, Chaz. You're going insane right now. You're going absolutely, there's no way.
Tell me 3 things Dyson Daniels does well.
He practices hard.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
He's a good passer.
No, he's not. No, he isn't. No, he isn't.
He was awful. Like how you didn't go
He
with Kyra. Why? I still understand why Kyra.
Because he's not
This
Willie
team,
Green.
you know that, listen. You know this team's big on birthdays. And it was Dyson's birthday.
Oh, was
so
it?
you know,
Happy
yeah.
birthday,
So
brother.
you know, yeah, man. So you know that's my issue, right? Like the process is broken with this team. That's my issue. Like regardless if the team got to the playoffs and the play-in, and the process of getting there is broken. Like it's not a success just because of the record, right? Like the process in which you did that is broken. And Dame talked about this. Like this new NBA is trash,
Yeah.
right? Because it's all about the end result, but the journey should matter. The process in which this journey happens should matter, and it's not. It's like always just we're just trying to up the score of what we did the last year. That's not right. That's not conducive.
Can I ask y'all this? If because I'm trying to keep things in perspective, right? Because I don't want to be contradictory. Because I think Brandon is a third option at best. And I think CJ is a 6th man. So would we expect like Pelicans, Drew Holiday, and maybe Lou Williams to win games against like bad teams? Because to me, I think it's very important that people gonna think what they want, but I think it's very important that people understand how not good Brandon, CJ, Willie, and these guys
All right, Chad. See, this is my. I don't think Brandon sucks. I don't think CJ sucks.
Do you
That's
think
just,
he's as good as Drew Holiday now or Pelicans Drew Holiday? Which one is he closer to?
I think Brandon is better than CJ. I mean, better than Drew Holiday. That's my opinion. Now and then, like I think he's better than that. You know, I'll be whatever. We'll have that conversation later. My issue is the staff doesn't put them in positions to be better. I get it. You probably talk about the decisions that they make. The staff doesn't make it any better, right? They just allow them to play pickup ball rather than, all right, this is the way we need to play. And they don't play the same way every game. They just play really inconsistent, and that's what we see. The issue is the staff. It's not necessarily Brandon and CJ. It's the way they use Brandon and CJ to benefit the team as a whole, not just necessarily benefiting Brandon and CJ. Because Brandon and CJ are just calling up plays that just benefit them, not necessarily benefit the team, if that makes any sense.
No, I think I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find when Herb got that rebound. No, it's a serious question. Hold up. Because what I'm trying to get at is the shot clock reset to 14. I think we got the rebound with 16 seconds left. So
you would have had 3 seconds left.
No, what I'm saying though is Brandon shot it with 7 seconds?
Yeah,
about 7.
Yeah, he shot it way too early. Shot it way too early.
So like the Rockets got the rebound and they had 4 seconds.
He
so
shot the first shot way too early.
This goes back to the timeout. So like you can be like, hey, at 8 seconds, we're gonna start our set and go from here. So we have basically the last shot. Or because if you get the rebound, you can't, or you take the dribble,
right.
You can't win.
I hate
Justin,
this. You're right.
This is stupid.
Justin, you're right.
And the Grizzlies came back.
What?
The Grizzlies came back. I'm sorry.
Good.
whatever, man. Just put us out of put the team out of their misery at this point because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter to me if they make like I'd be, you know, I'd watch for sure, but it doesn't matter to me at this point because the process is broken and you're not gonna fix it in the next, 11 games. You're not. You're not.
It's so like frustrating. Like, bro, I've been watching the tournament. I've been watching other teams play. I felt so carefree, like I was good, man. Like, Pelicans come back on a Friday, ruin your night on a Friday. Like, how the fuck do you ruin a Friday night? That is crazy to me. I I'm
Until 12 people went out there. My bad, Leo. My fault.
no, you good. No,
Man,
you good. You good. That's a valid point, man. People spending their money. I mean, listen, man. I don't understand. It's on the coaching staff. It's on coaching. Like, it's on coaching. It's no way y'all accountability buddies went out there. You know what I'm saying? You held your seance. You practiced hard, and then y'all got back out there and you did some bullshit. You had time out. Like, what is Willie doing with these time? Is he
two
taking them
timeouts.
home?
He had
Is he
two.
cooking dinner for him? What is he doing with them? Like, what is, bro? Use your timeouts. You can't leave the arena with him.
You could also sub out her.
Hey, bro. Brandon's had 5-6 coaches for a reason, man. Like, if Willie say, Brandon, come on, sit the fuck down. What was
Chaz,
that?
but that's not like
Justin. See, and this is where the problem comes in. Because we all know the truth around this bitch. Willie can't tell Brandon anything because Willie gonna be on the street or on this show with me talking. He gonna be Brandon already got one coach fired. If Willie come over and say, what the fuck are you doing? Time out. What happened there? Brandon gonna snatch the clipboard from Casey and slap the shit out of Willie. That's what's going to happen. There's footage of this. There's like, what are we talking about here? CJ, everybody knows who CJ is. CJ has seniority in the league. He's got more clout than all the coaches on the staff. You're probably not gonna really tell him nothing too much. It's just who these dudes are. We talking about years of data. We talking about fucking years. So it's just like, look, you never finish over 500. I mean, it is what it is. I still think they can make the play-in, though, because all you got to do now is win. I mean, it don't matter, but it's
what
like,
does that do?
it don't do shit, really. But all they got to do is win one game they wasn't supposed to win, which, shit, that could be any of the 11 games, because these dudes suck.
I'm at that point where I'm so mad I'm laughing because that was impossible to lose.
You just disappointed. Like it is
just that's just
like
a game
that.
that's impossible to lose. Like, you set yourself up, like you bullshit throughout the whole week, right? Like, you get embarrassed at home against the Lakers, then you're like, we had a really tough practice.
Then CJ
goes on his podcast saying like, oh, that's been handled, and the whole, I hear that, players hold themselves accountable, but not others, right? And then CJ's like, oh, don't worry, we dealt with that. So you had the pep talk, you had the practice, and you had the Dyson Daniels birthday, and then you just shit the bed in the fourth quarter. You shit the bed because guess what? You texted me, or Jerry, you texted the group. You're like, CJ, I think it was like midway through the third, like when the Rockets started chipping away, and was like, it's like, I gotta go get mine. Yo, I know JV and BI are cooking. I know that. I gotta go get mine now. That ain't a veteran. That ain't leadership. That's selfishness. That sucks, is what it does. Like, call a spade a spade. He was awful again tonight. He missed wide open shots. Chaz, I know you're a little overboard with the Brandon sucks, but Brandon hit CJ twice. Wide open.
He had Trey too. Wide open, yeah.
Wide open shots. He hit Trey Murphy twice. Wide open shots in the Spain pick and roll. Yeah, he hit one.
Yeah, he hit one.
But then
he missed two. Yeah.
And then he missed two wide open shots. So, like, the other guys got to step up. I don't know what to tell you. But CJ hasn't been good for a while. Yes, he's battling through injury, sure. But, like, you got to produce. Go ahead, Jared.
Oh, I was just going to say, Lito, you about to say something?
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, for sure. You say they shit the bed in the fourth quarter. It's really the first quarter. Like, even though you were making shots, you know what I'm saying? Right? But to allow a young team, right, that fights each other, it seems at times, like
They hate each
they don't
other.
even like they hate each other, they hate their coach,
They hate each
and
other.
they go on a 22-0 run. 22-0. You know, and it's not even like this is a young team that's trying to lose. And you allow that to happen, yeah, you come back. Yeah, that's fine. You take it, you get a 15-point lead, but it's almost like I expect what we did tonight out of Houston. I don't expect that out of the Pelicans, right? I should expect like that team to be up and down and inconsistent and win games and then give the games right back away. I expect a young team to do that. We're playing as if we're the young, inexperienced team. I guess the team is.
Accountability.
Accountability, right?
What?
All right.
These dudes suck, man. Look, Houston's supposed to still be looking for their teeth. They were supposed to curb stomp these dudes in the first quarter. You see how easy Kevin Porter Jr. was able to like shoot and get whatever he wanted. Don't you wish you had a dude on this team making $30 million who could just score at will? Don't you wish you had two people making $30 million on this team who could just score at will? It's just these dudes suck. It is what it is. This was a bad build. Sometimes you don't get the kid you want. You love him anyway. You love, and then when it's time for him to go away to school, you send him away to school and you finally get some peace. Brandon, CJ, and Willie need to be somewhere else in June, July. They need to be somewhere else.
There's no way Willie Green gets fired.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't be fired. He should get quote unquote promoted. Promote him to like public relations or something. But Willie Green should not be sitting on the front row of any coaching staff in the NBA. He's awful. He is awful.
Before I close it, does anyone else have anything else to say so I can get this DraftKings read? And
Oh yeah, man. The Pelicans need to figure out how to give Zion the money that he lost getting injured. Figure out a way.
Yeah.
Find some local people to try to get him some sponsorships to fill that gap.
$28 million.
Listen, figure out a way to get that young man fully paid because the best brand of basketball we've seen was with him healthy. Figure out a way to get players around him to benefit him and then the team. That's the only way you can see this team being a perennial force in the Western Conference, which will next year still have parity, still be open. You can claim it if you wanted to. It just, with this current iteration, it ain't it.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and sign up with code BOOT. New customers get $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Win or lose by selecting any March Madness game. Use code BOOT. Bet $5, get $200 in free bets. Lido Chaz 5. Season's over. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do.